Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode of
The Happy Hippie Podcast.
I'm your host, Kilee Iris, and welcome to the 1-year anniversary of the Happy Hippie Podcast. Guys, I actually cannot believe it's been an entire year. I feel like I started this a few weeks ago. I have no idea how a whole year's gone by. I had to be a little fancy for the 1-year anniversary, So I decided to not film in the studio today. Initially when I started the Happy Hippie podcast, obviously my mission statement is in the title, Happy Hippie. All I've ever wanted to do is teach you guys essentially how to live your best life, how to walk to the pathway of happiness and being your best self. And that's in every single vertical, as far as self-help, improvement, development, mental health, spiritual evolution, to crazy truth bombs about this world. We kind of go over a little bit of everything on this podcast. And I just want to quickly take a moment to say a huge thank you for my supporters. To the people who have been a part of my journey on this first year, y'all are the OGs, okay? You guys have been here since the beginning, and I just want to truly appreciate my love and gratitude for you guys. If it wasn't for you guys listening, this show wouldn't even be a thing. So I just want to say a quick thank you to the family that we've grown over this past year. I know most of you guys are audio listeners, but for the visual learners watching, this current background is my new home. I just moved into a $10 million mansion. I grew up broke. For those of you who don't know, I grew up with absolutely nothing. So the fact that this is my current reality at the moment, I don't even know how I freaking got here. Actually, I do know how I got here, and that is what I preach in every single episode about law of attraction, manifestation. I'm kind of just starting to live the life that I imagined in my head 5 years ago, and that's absolutely crazy to me. Once again, just a freaking huge thank you to every single person who has been a part of this family thus far, and I only ever hope to continue to grow this amazing family. I freaking love you guys so much. Thank you for this past year. So I thought for the 1-year anniversary of the Happy Hippie podcast, doing an episode on how to be happy would be appropriate, right? Happy is literally in the title. It's the Happy Hippie podcast. And all I've ever wanted to do is preach to you guys how to be happy, how to be the best version of yourself. Because the best version of yourself is definitely not depressed, sad, and miserable, okay? They are happy, healthy, thriving, living their best life. So let's talk a little bit today about how to be happy. My goal is for any sad girls and boys listening to this episode today to just be able to leave this episode feeling more confident in how to be happy in your day-to-day life. Happiness is an emotion that is fleeting, okay? Let's be real here. We all have highs and lows. There is no light without the dark. You might have the best day of your life, but the next day might be your worst. And that's kind of a reality we face on the 3D of duality. As much as we strive towards happiness, some days are just gonna be a little sad. Not every single day will be the best day, and that's completely okay. They say that 60% of our happiness is determined from genetics and our environment, while as the other 40% we have full control of. Okay, so that's all up to us. It's normal not to be happy all the time. If we were happy all the time, there would be no such thing as happiness. And I think the secret to true happiness is to seek happiness internally and not externally, right? Because external happiness is a form of pleasure. It's external gratification. It's fleeting happiness. Whereas when you source your happiness from within, it seems to be a never-ending ball of expandable energy, right? There's a limitless amount of potential. Whereas when you're seeking your happiness externally, there's a cap, there's a limit, there's this temporary instant gratification aspect to it. Now, let's talk about some habits that can make happiness more of a frequent emotion for us. Let's talk about the 7 habits of healthy people. Happy, healthy people, what kind of habits do they embody? Let's start with number 1, gratitude. Being grateful for what you have is so important, and it's almost like a cheat code to getting more. Gratitude opens this portal, this gateway for great things to enter your life. Now, obviously, there's different ways people express gratitude, whether that's verbally expressing to somebody, hey, I'm grateful for XYZ that you did, or if it's just journaling alone in your room in your thoughts and writing out 3 things that you're grateful for today. Gratitude can look different and subjective to the individual. However, expressing gratitude is almost like this force of positive energy that creates a ripple effect for you in your life. So reach out to the important people in your life. Express to them your gratitude for the place that they hold in your life. And you might be surprised with how your mood changes from that. Number 2, make time for your passions. I get it. Sometimes the hustle and bustle of this world can make it hard for you to find time to do things you truly care about, but please take time out of your day to make time for your passions. Whether you love to paint, to draw, to crochet, rock climbing, whatever it is that fuels your soul and fires you up. It might even be something that you participated in a lot as a child, and over the years, you kind of got busy and stopped doing that thing, whatever said thing is for you. Make time in your life for your passion. It's truly our passions that fuels and fires our soul and can lead us to be the happiest version of ourselves when we're doing the things that make us the most happy. Number 3, be conscious about your surroundings. Only surround yourself with people you enjoy, people you love, people that brighten you up. Surround yourself with that friend that makes you feel happy after having a conversation with them, instead of somebody who is angry and it kind of feels like draining your energy when you're around them. You know, people who are angry and mean can really drain your energy field faster than you could imagine. The mood of other people really does have a ripple effect on your own mood, so try your best to be surrounded by positive individuals who lift you up instead of tear you down. Because at the end of the day, you are who you surround yourself with, right? So if you're surrounded with a bunch of angry, negative people, over time, that angry, negative energy will start to have an effect on your own mood and happiness. So put your happiness first by being conscious of who you surround yourself with. Number 4, give back. Whether it's volunteer work for a charity or helping out a friend in need, people who give back experience what they call a helper's high. A helper's high is a euphoric state that can be activated through acts of kindness. The chemical process in our brain, we literally get such a hit of dopamine from helping other people. Like when you help somebody else out, you chemically in your brain get a hit of dopamine, this rush, euphoria sense of feeling, this increased heightened sense of joy that comes from helping out somebody in need. So take time to go and volunteer, help out a friend, do something out of your way for the greater good of somebody else. And I promise you, it will increase your happiness and overall mood. Number 5, enjoy the little things. It truly is the simplicities in life to live for, right? Because great things can come and go. We can be the highest high one day, and the next day, the world can bring us to the lowest of lows. At one point in your life, it might feel like you have everything under control, and then the next second, everything crumbles apart. Like we were talking about earlier, if you based your happiness on external circumstances, you would be pretty miserable, right? You'd be pretty depressed if everything started falling apart. Whereas when you place your happiness internally, there's this comfortability. If you can learn to find joy within the little things of life, you will live a 10 times happier life than anybody else. Okay, it's the feeling of a warm cup of tea in your hand while holding a book. The feeling of the sun on your face after a cold, cold winter. The feeling of fresh, new, clean sheets on your skin. Whatever simple thing it is for you, really romanticize that simple thing and learn to fall in love with the little things in life. I'm going to give one little thing that gets me really excited, okay? I just moved into this home. I've been living in the city for a while, so I haven't really experienced nature in a little bit, right? Because the city, let's be real, there's none of that there. So this house that I'm living in now is just a few hours outside of the city, and it's crazy how just a few hours outside of the city seems to be this rebirth in nature and animals and all these amazing things that I honestly haven't seen in a while from living in the city. The house I'm on right now is on a 60-acre lot. Okay, so there's so much land. And every single morning, there is this pack of turkeys, probably like 20 to 30 turkeys that just like do their lap around the property looking for food every single morning. And you guys don't understand the freaking joy that these goddamn turkeys give me. Like most people would be like, oh, like little turkey, and go about their day. Like I will literally cry from joy of just seeing a pack of turkeys. I've seen these turkeys every single day now, but my joy has not diminished one single bit. Every single time I see these turkeys, I act like it's the first time I've ever seen a turkey in my entire life. Whereas most people, it might be weird, right? Like you've lived here for a little while now. You see the turkeys every single day. Why are you so happy about the turkeys? But it's truly the simple things in life that bring me personally the most joy. And if I can smile for 2 hours straight, just at a glance of the turkey in the field, then I'm going to do that, okay? And I really suggest each and every one of you guys to find your simple thing that makes you happy. Number 6, view the glass as half full versus half empty. Where attention goes, energy flows, right? So if you are constantly viewing the glass as half empty, your life will be half empty. Versus if you view the glass as half full, your life will be half full. Essentially what this saying means is focus your attention span on what you can control, right? Focus on the positives that you do have in your life rather than fretting and dreading the negatives in your life. For example, if you have 4 awful things happening to you, but you have one really great thing happening in your life, focus your attention on that one great thing, because our mind is a mirror for our reality. As within, so without. As above, so below. Your thoughts create your reality. So if you are constantly redirecting your negative thoughts into positive thoughts, over time, this subconscious programming will create a ripple effect of manifestation into your life. So if you're constantly focusing on all the positive things, you will start to manifest positive things. Do you ever notice that one friend who's always complaining? Okay, that one friend that's always in a negative mindset, always has something bad to say about somebody, is always complaining. That's usually the friend that bad things kind of randomly happen to you. And that's not for no such coincidence. Your thoughts attract your reality. If you are constantly thinking negative thoughts, you will attract negative situations into your life. So whenever you find yourself going down some kind of negative rabbit hole within your mind, try to redirect your thought process into more positive thoughts. Last but certainly not least, we have number 7, resilience. So resilience is the opposite of depression, not happiness. The truth is, even the happiest of people get faced with adversity sometimes. Hardships, struggle, sadness. Occasionally, everybody falls down the sad rabbit hole. You see, the happiest of people foster resilience and climb out of the hole despite how deep it might seem. The truth is, when you have some bad thing happen to you in your life, there truly is only 2 things that you can do. 1, you can focus on the pain and feel miserable about whatever situation it is. Or number 2, you can focus on the lesson that the bad situation was trying to teach us and essentially just learn from it, right? There's no such thing as failure in life. Failure only exists for those who give up. Bad situations happen in our life for us to learn lessons, to take the lessons we learn to propel us to the next venture. Like I said before, happiness is sometimes a fleeting emotion. We're not going to be happy 24/7. And the truth is, we can't always control what happens to us in life, right? But we can control how we react to it. That was pretty much the 7 habits that happy people embody. Okay, if you're trying to be the happiest version of yourself, definitely be sure to implement those 7 habits, and I'm sure your mood will be uplifted. Thank you guys again for an entire year together. This is truly just the beginning of this journey, and words cannot even describe my gratitude I have for this family. We've grown the past year. I truly love each and every single one of you, and I hope this family can all come together to navigate this crazy thing called life together. Because this is a fucking roller coaster ride, let's be real. But together, the roller coaster ride seems a little bit less scary. So thank you so very much for supporting me. It means the absolute world to me. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much, and bye for now.